welcome once again to the Weekly Sports Bar, the show that gets you talking. Sitting here with my usual biased panel. Some still in pain, still
I
reeling
keep telling
from
you that
pain.
I'm objective.
Yeah, sure you are. Sure you are.
I'm objective.
Kage still being objective, subjective, whatever it is you want to call it. Interesting game week, gents. I think maybe cause I hate bad news. I hate just diving into bad news. So, because it's the same story over and over, Sam. I feel like people are getting tired. People are getting tired of it.
Tired of what?
But
What, the fact that Chelsea lost the game?
I'm numb to refereeing incompetence. I'm numb to it.
Oh,
It doesn't move me anyway. It doesn't in any way.
Let's go ahead and dive into the West Ham game,
Yeah.
Like, at what point did the referee get it wrong? Do you guys... What's the
in that
cry
game,
that
there
Matic...
was no wrong in that whole game.
What's the cry, the Matic cry? Like...
No. I was just saying.
Don't you feel Matic
deserved
deserved that red card? That's what I was going to say.
He should have walked.
Nah,
I think
look, it could have gone either way.
But is it something worth crying about?
It's not a highly contentious
Okay.
red card. It could have gone either way. Some referees wouldn't have given it. It would have been understandable.
Yeah.
Those that did give it,
It's understandable still.
it was understandable. So
Okay, all right.
my big thing since we won the West Ham game was just our complete lack of discipline on the pitch, of character and the like. So again, there's not much. I think that's the only thing you can take away from that game, because it's difficult to assess a game where you're a man down for a significant part of the game. So that's the big thing. The capitulation of the team.
Okay, so if you were to assess the first 45, because I actually think the second 45 you did better.
We did.
You did better with 10 men. Let's assess the first 45.
West Ham sat back.
Yeah, they did, which
They had
almost
mercy.
cost them.
They had mercy.
Which almost
you
cost
see,
them. But my question is, let's assess the first 45.
I thought
Like
we played well.
You thought so? The first 45?
Yeah,
45.
I mean, I was like, look, we didn't play as how we played, say, against Crystal Palace and Everton and whatnot. Because, hey man, where we are now, hey,
It's a dark, man.
I gotta dig deep. I gotta dig deep.
Are you mining deep here?
I am.
Is there a turnaround
There's always-
strategy? Do you see a plan? Do you see?
Well, there
do you see
is.
change?
Wait, I don't know why you asked. There is, and it's being rumored. The first clearest one that's coming out is Jose must go.
I heard.
They don't believe that.
No. Lot of fans, and
They don't
Cage being
believe
one
it.
of them. Cage
Yeah.
being one of them, believe that Jose must stay, and I obviously believe that might be a right strategy, but it's a long-term strategy. Do you have that long-term to give? That's the question. And so is that a viable strategy?
Well, the club wants to be seen to be a club that can build for the future, to show patience, loyalty, etc., etc. So in terms of having the long-term strategy and the patience to see it through, I think our official position is yes. You know, the reality of bad results might suggest otherwise. But I think us keeping Mourinho is more of an emotional decision that we're making. But I don't think it's an unwarranted emotional decision.
So we'll have to shift.
Before we shift, I'll tell you where Chelsea started getting it wrong. I've had chance to think about this because, you know...
Tell me in your infinite wisdom.
My infinite wisdom. It was with the girl.
It was.
It was the girl.
Never.
You know, every time...
do you know what it is? No, man.
I'll tell you what's happening.
Combination.
I'll tell you what's happening in that physio bed as they're sitting. You know, people say things when they're in the physio bed. The girl is busy touching you in the physio bed.
Eva. Let's not call her the girl.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Dr. Eva.
Dr. Eva. Right.
Go ahead.
Dr. Eva is busy pressing on guys.
Right.
And they start saying things they don't normally say.
Yeah.
Like, man, I really don't like playing right wing. You know what I mean? That's the sort of stuff that happens when people are pressing on you.
No, man,
and like they're pressing buttons. Like, and then you're like,
right.
oh man, I don't like the way Jose talks to me.
Yeah.
And then, so what happened is, as soon as Mourinho attacked Dr. Eva, you know what happened? Everyone started coming to the defense of Dr. Eva without telling Mourinho. They're all saying, no, we're with Mourinho.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, they're like, I don't like what he did with
Yeah.
doctor, man.
No,
You know what I mean?
you know what? I can agree
Morale is
with
that.
I can agree with that last part in as far as that, you know, it's one event in a series in a chain of bad events, poorly managed situations. I think the problem lies with him. He's not himself.
Yeah, no, Mourinho.
Sam,
right?
then quickly run us through your game. Run us through.
Well,
That poor showing
run us through
of a big
the
game.
non-existent
Poor.
Manchester derby.
oh, is it?
What happened?
La Liga
Nothing.
boys are
Listen,
confident.
Outside of nothing happening.
No,
what happened?
La Liga boys don't have any right to
I don't
No,
know,
bluff.
but they are, because nothing in EPL compares to El Clasico.
No,
Nothing even comes close.
But they just talk about one game. That's
But
the
it's
problem.
the game.
Isn't it
the
supposed
game.
to be the derby?
No, that was a big derby. I will say I was pretty disappointed in our showing, and ultimately, I mean, obviously from the Man United camp, we're still trying to figure out Rooney, like where he belongs on the pitch. I mean, there's lots of talk about him moving deeper into the pitch, like finding his place in the
No, but we
midfield.
tried.
Sam, but you guys
Um,
didn't even create chances. Though.
That's what, because so as long as, I mean, Rooney had one touch inside the other box. If your furthest guy is not getting in the box, Rojo put in great crosses. If you're not getting a person at the end of those crosses, you're never gonna threaten, right? Comparatively, if you take what Martial was doing to Sanya on the left, if he could be doing that to Company and picking up the ball with Company on his back and turning him and running at him, it's just a different team, you know. So obviously, at this point, we're behind the 8 ball, behind Arsenal and Man City, mainly just because you guys are more, you know, your team. You know, we're still trying to figure out where our people belong on the park. 4 points out of the last 3 games. I'm not so excited about that. Like you know, I mean, obviously we're Chelsea.
They sound very
take
good.
Two of the teams I'm going against, I just took 1 point from them. That's where
Yeah.
my problem is. And Man City were there for the taking. Man City are poor without Aguero. Man City are poor without Silva, and they were really poor.
Yeah, but
I
see,
should have
at
taken
least
3
Man
points.
City can fall back on that.
Yeah, no, they can.
Who are you falling back
I'm
on?
falling back
We're
on.
poor without who?
No, we're
Because-
poor without
Depay.
Rooney because we're
Because-
playing without Rooney. Clearly,
Because
you know, we're playing without
LVG,
Rooney.
LVG has been at his most effective when he brings on Fellaini. Somebody who goes in direct opposition, or who enforces a style of play that's in direct opposition to the philosophy we've been hearing about.
So is the system not
no.
worth looking at though?
What the whole?
That's
system
why,
is?
like, for me, because you have
Sammy, we're not gonna. He's not gonna
Sammy.
change. You
Sammy.
listen, when you go, you've made a. When you're at war,
I need to show you why you're wrong.
Let me tell you something about war tactics, my
Here we
friend.
go.
Here's the thing
Here we
about
go.
war, Cage. What you don't understand.
Please,
when you're at
in your
war,
infinite wisdom.
we just ask the captain, the leader,
Okay.
right? Leader, send us forward.
Sure.
I don't know if you've watched Lone Survivor. The decision needs to be made, my friend. Do we kill these guys or don't we? And we go with that. LVG's got a philosophy. We back the philosophy. Now,
Sammy, I need to show you why you're
That's what I
wrong.
want.
I need to show you why you're wrong.
all right.
Right? One, when the stakes are high, what use is the philosophy if we're going to abandon it when we need it the most?
That's what I'm
Right?
saying.
That's number one. Number two, you say LVG says we need pacey players, hoobity blah blah, hoobity blah blah. But you had Di Maria, right? You have Depay, you have to a lesser extent Ashley Young and whatnot. For me, LVG's system of play doesn't allow for any sort of extravagant and risky play. And that's why Di Maria can't function in that system.
No.
Depay can't, because
I beg to
when you
differ.
guys get to but Sammy, tell me if this is not true. When you guys get into the final third,
Yeah.
Nothing.
it,
No idea.
It slows down so much.
No
Cross
idea.
it sideways.
It's horseshoe.
There's no invention.
It's horseshoe.
No,
There's
it
no
is horseshoe.
invention.
But let me ask you this
Everybody's
question.
too scared to
I'm
take
gonna
on
answer,
a man.
I'm going to ask you this question to answer. Why does Anthony Martial do it? If it's such a sin in LVG's
know,
system to do it,
because
the
for the
others
same-
aren't.
for the same reason, I'll answer you.
we're protecting players who don't need to be protected. Let's rather say this.
Yes.
Memphis Depay is struggling to beat players.
Yeah.
Di Maria was struggling to beat players. That is the reality of the thing.
It's the same thing with our youngster Bertrand Traore,
Mhm.
who came on against Stoke. Boy was shooting left, right, centre, forward.
Mhm.
Right? We like, okay, but this is new. This is different. This is
Mhm.
not how we roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just pin it down to, you know what? He's new. He doesn't know how we how
How things
things
work
yeah.
around here.
But when we get to the front, that's
Yeah.
it. Horseshoe, baby. You know, so it's that
And he will. He'll get used
yeah,
to
it's
it.
the incidence of youth.
Gentlemen,
man.
I'm too.
He's reckless.
Here's what we must
We have
remember.
to move on.
I'm 2 points behind number one.
Great for you.
Congratulations for sharing number one. By the way,
Thank you. Top of the league. Top of the league.
It's like
feels good.
an elephant on a tree.
And it just feels like
I don't know how it got there.
I feel like.
But
I'm
we
just-
know it's coming
I'm just
down.
gonna be there for the remainder. I think I'm gonna set this one in, boys.
how is it?
Yep. Like I said from the very beginning, I think from the very first time we started talking, I said there's 2 clubs, and they've just shown it. End of first quarter.
By the way, the 2 points.
Me and my friends are moving forward now.
Oh,
We just
is
made
it?
a declaration. Us
do you
and
know-
I, after the derby,
Mhm.
we came. We were there, by the way. We watched it. We said, alright, we know what it is. Jen, so it's on. We had a pack. And we said from here on in, it's just me and you. The rest is history. So you guys can talk about 3rd, 4th, whatever. Kage, on the other hand, talk about 10th to 6th. That's where you finish it.
Okay.
But let me move on to Everton.
Okay.
Great game. Obviously coming off a win against Bayern Munich. The boys were a little knackered, a little tired. But we did the business, man. We did what was necessary to be done. We took care of it. I just wish we'd taken our opportunities. We brought them back into the game when we should have buried them a long time ago. Could have been 3-0 first half. That would have settled everything.
I have to be honest, man. I did not watch that game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why would you? You're not,
No,
winning,
like it played
it would just
immediately
it would hurt your
after our
heart.
game, and immediately after our game, I switched on my Xbox, took Chelsea, took West Ham,
Uh-huh.
and had my way with it.
You're like, if I can't beat them in reality, I might as well
I'm
beat
not
them in
kidding
make
with-
believe.
I get physically sick
Is it?
when we lose. I really get physically sick. I
did
need
you-
somebody to hold me.
Did you hear the Dimitri
So,
Payet song that was singing out at the back of the game? You know,
I couldn't.
Payet better than Zidane, baby.
I couldn't, but fans will always be foolish. But
Alright.
yeah, so unfortunately, no, I refuse to watch that game on principle. Man.
Watch us against Swansea. Like I said, man, we just on a roll.
Yeah, you see again. I don't know if I'll watch that game because we'll deal with this in the preview. We're the first ones up.
All right.
That's my weekend at
All
stake.
right.
Well,
So, guys, that's it. That is the game week 10 review. We'll catch you guys next time on the preview.
Tony
Cheers.
Marshall.